Welcome to Thousand and Glass Podcast. I'm LaToya.
And I'm Kendra.
And this is a weekly podcast where we share our unfiltered thoughts and opinions on a variety of topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us on a conversation of real, raw, and ridiculously funny commentary.
Period. Every week we do a drink of the night. Kendra, what's the drink tonight?
So we in spring. We're trying to lighten it up as we go, and soon we'll be into summer. We try to do, dark in the fall and the winter, try to start bringing it brighter in the spring. So we are doing a lemon lavender drink. So in the video, you'll see that I doubled it, well, tripled it actually, but it is 1.5 ounces of gin, 3 ounces of lemon juice, 2 ounces of lavender syrup, and 2 ounces, I topped us off, but 2 ounces of soda of your choice. So you can do a club soda that doesn't have any kind of like sugar in it. We like our stuff a little sweeter, so we did Sprite. Shake before you add your sodas, shake up your stuff. Put it in your glass with some ice. Pour your soda on top. Add a lemon wedge as your garnish, and sip it on up.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. It's very tarty.
Yes.
It gives like. I love a good tart drink though. That's why I like my. It ain't that bad. Oh my god.
As you can see, we got special guests.
Hey everyone.
Okay, so the drink is good.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It just was.
It got you up under here.
It was locking my jaw, closing my eye.
It definitely does. It give you a little.
All right, Janice, you go by Janice or Nisi. Like, what you prefer?
Either one, because
Okay.
most people call me Nisi though.
Okay. I feel like I'm just thinking. I feel like I don't think we called you Nisi in school, did we? I feel like
No.
It was
Okay,
Janice, but that's
okay.
what people call me now.
All right, okay, because I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, that doesn't feel natural in my
Right.
mouth.
Yes.
We just
Yes.
didn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get started because I like to do a whole little like
Who this person is?
introduction.
The big intro.
Okay. Our special guest is Janice Bruce, who she's a mother and a lover. I had only a wife, but I'm just a mother, a lover.
She can still be. You mean the wifey of the?
Exactly.
To be.
She is a family peer support specialist.
Yes.
From the Maryland Coalition of Families. She's an autism mom. She's a content creator. She's an entrepreneur, a successful YouTube channel host.
Yes.
All the things.
Yeah.
And specializing in the celebrity news.
Okay. And she said what she said.
Yeah.
She's saying it.
What
Okay.
she
Because
said.
y'all won't say it. Let's talk about it because y'all don't want to talk about it. Is what she said.
Also, Charles Herbert Flowers alum.
Yes.
Because one thing we're gonna do,
We're gonna bring our people on.
we're gonna bring them
Hello?
on here.
And they gonna have a conversation. We got to catch up. We got to see.
Yes.
If y'all don't want to have a reunion, we'll do it for you. Don't worry about
Because we
it.
definitely didn't have
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Not us hosting a reunion.
We the reunion podcast.
We gonna have our own reunion.
Hit us up. We the reunion podcast. Don't play with us. Flowers, you know what it is.
Period. Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. That was a great introduction. And I'm happy to be here with these ladies. So I wanted to come on here. So I'm excited, okay?
Yay, we're excited
Yes.
to have you. I will say, I appreciate the support. And from day one, just the warmth, welcoming us into the podcast space, always supporting, always giving a word of advice, just, and not that we had any like negativity coming in, but I think for me, people don't have to go out of their way to do anything.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody going above and beyond to help you, to me, that means a lot because a lot of people just sit back and be like, okay, y'all doing y'all little thing, cool.
And it always be the little thing.
Yeah, but it's like you have a wealth of knowledge, or you've been there, you've done that, and you could, extend. But they'll sit back and be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you didn't do that. It has always been, if I can help, I will help.
Yeah.
If I can offer something, I will. So I just appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
Cause I tell you what, I looked at yours, I was like, she only do 30 minutes. I think we can rock with that.
I know.
Let me tell you that it's true.
I said, no, we need to do it. So he's like, are we gonna? No, we be talking.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Like we would say we're gonna do 30 minutes and then get them running our mouth.
Look, okay, because we be like a tight hour, an hour 45 later. We like, we thought it was a tight. I don't know how tight that was. It was kind of loose.
You know what you say, the ADHD concepts of time.
It did. It does. It said tight hour plus. Okay. Yes.
Okay. You wanna do this?
Yes.
Let's get this out the way.
Because
she's stressed about it.
Because they are thoughts in a glass, I thought I would get you guys a little something.
Oh, thank you.
For your 100th episode, and y'all just being consistent and all that kind of stuff. And this is amazing, so I wanted to give you guys a little something. And got to open it.
Oh gosh, LaToya's about to have a conniption.
So it's like, because y'all do a drink of the day and stuff. So I thought
this is so cute. We really need that so we can start having our little thing.
Having stuff.
It smells good.
Yeah. Maybe
thank you.
Put a shelf or something back here. Maybe we need a couch table.
Yeah, so cute.
So I just want to give y'all flowers.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I be getting anxiety around gifts.
She really does.
Because I'm not a gift girl.
So you don't give it?
No, she does. She will accept the gifts. Her thing is she's not a gift giver. So she likes to like it's a very black and white. If you give me something, it behooves me to give you something. And if you don't give her that opportunity, now she's stressed. But I like to stress. I stress her out a lot.
You do? Okay, good. Well, I stressed you out today.
Guess what I picked up? And she'll be like, what? Look what I got you for your birthday. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
You have to be able to receive.
That's what I'm saying. Let people shower you. It's not about you. People giving you gifts don't even really be about you. It be about them wanting to give you something. But we've had this conversation.
But then when it comes my time, and like, so say she gives me a really thoughtful birthday gift, right?
Right.
And because I'm not really I don't think I'm a good gift giver. Like, it takes a lot for me to like get a gift. So then when her birthday come up, if I'm like, Starbucks gift card.
but the thing is, I don't expect to get. So what she did the last time is our friend Tiffany and I's birthdays in the same time. She's like, I got you. Feed me.
Listen, I'm okay with it.
Listen,
I don't care what it is. So it's okay.
So she shows us
the thought in it. That's your thing, right?
I guess it's just, if we don't do it at all, then it's like if we don't exchange gifts at all, then I don't have to deal with the awkwardness of me not being a good gift giver.
Okay.
But then once we start that, now I have anxiety because I feel like I have to live up to this. Especially if somebody gives me a really good gift. Now it's like, fuck, now I got to do something for them. And I know that this is not like a strong area for me. You know what I mean?
She stresses herself out.
Yes, I see.
We're all on the same page.
All right. For those who may not be familiar, well, how should I start it off? We had you, I wanted you to specifically come on in April because it's Autism Acceptance Month, and I know that you are an autism mom, and not everybody may know that. I mean, you talk about it a little bit, but you don't really talk about it a lot. Yes. And so at whatever level you feel comfortable, tell us and our audience, like, a little bit about your daughter and like when you first kind of noticed something was off.
Okay. So first, when she was a baby, everything panned out okay. They checked the baby in the hospital and all that. Everything was fine. She was meeting her milestones all the way up until about 8 months. But what I noticed is that she walked before she crawled. Mm-hmm. So she wouldn't get on the floor and crawl, but she walked. So I'm like, well, maybe she just don't want to get her little knees dirty. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But, she did that. So I noticed about when she was about 1.5 that she was not talking. Like she would wake up in the morning, she would be singing, like humming sounds, but she never really talked.
Yeah.
Like she never really said words. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of odd, but let me go ahead and, go and take her to the infant and toddler program. Now, this program helps like infants and toddlers who have like developmental delays and things of that nature. So she was like, seeing a speech therapy. The speech therapist will come out every month and like would do little stuff with her. But in my mind, I'm like, something still ain't right. Like even with that.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let me just sign her up for the like to get an evaluation and all for autism. And she was like, it took like 6 months or something like that. And then they finally diagnosed her. And when they diagnosed her, I was like, it's like I couldn't hear nothing else. I'm like, wait a minute, like what? I had a suspicion. Even with that suspicion.
And you always, I'm assuming this as a parent, you have a suspicion, but you are also like, but that's just can't be my child.
Or in the back of your mind, like maybe I'm just over exaggerating.
Yeah,
And they're gonna
you want
prove me wrong.
You want them to tell you no and to move on.
Yes, and that was not the case. So I'm like, oh my God, like it's like I couldn't hear nothing else at that point, hearing that diagnosis, and I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? Because everything that I've had, or the dreams that you have for your kids, the things you want them to do, is like all that's now gone.
Yeah.
So that was just like almost like death to what I thought our life would be.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I just like pretty much lost it at that point. And then I just remember every night I would pray over her. I'm like, Lord, just let her talk. Just let her speak. Just let her say something.
Yeah.
So that was just like the things that I was seeing. Then there was little things that she would do. Like she would line up our water bottles. Like, don't you know how you get water bottles, you set them on the floor?
Yeah.
She would take them all out and line them all up. And I'm like, why is she doing that? But she did it all the time. So it was just a lot of that kind of stuff. So finally getting that diagnosis, it was just like, what in the world? So then I decided I was going to get a second opinion because I'm like, this can't be right.
You ain't talking about my child.
You ain't talking about my kid.
You done messed up the files.
Right. So then I took her to Children's and they was like, she has characteristics but not enough to diagnose her with. So I'm like, I get these 2 diagnoses. What am I supposed to do with them?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, let me just get her to help. If it's not, then it's not. She's got the characteristics. But I realized eventually that she had it. So then I just started kind of just doing like therapies and stuff with her.
Yeah.
Is she verbal now? She's talking now?
Yes, she was nonverbal then. Now I can't make her shut up.
I hear a lot of people say that when it comes to like kids that are behind verbally, they'll be like, they go from not saying nothing to not being able to shut up.
And Jayla was never diagnosed, or I didn't see anything in that way. But even for Jayla, until she was about maybe 9 months, Jayla didn't talk. She would sing the McDonald's songs. She would be and then all of a sudden, my cousin talks about this all. She was like, Jayla was just too quiet. I didn't want to watch. She just didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden, later on. So I think part of that is like whatever spectrum kind of people are on. I think we have we have all these milestones that we grew up with. Like by 1 they should be walking, by 2 they should be potty trained, by this they should. And I think with all the different things that we have now been educated on, everybody's so different. And I think they've moved it from just saying like autism is to being a spectrum. But I think because we all have a touch of something going on. And there are people that are further along further on that spectrum where they have been like verbal and then go to nonverbal. So it's just so different.
Yeah, this is like a little sidebar because we're going to get back to it. But to your point of everybody, kind of having a touch of something, I was talking to my mom about this. And Black parents be in so much denial. But I was telling her, I was like, I don't know what it is. I think it may be leaning more towards ADHD, but maybe some traits of autism. I don't know. But I was explaining to my mom certain things that I have dealt with that I could identify as traits on the spectrum. And she was like, you just want something to be wrong with you. And I'm like, no, I don't think anybody ever sits back and is like, let me find something wrong with me. I was telling my mom what's happening is that now that more information is coming out and more people are talking about it, I'm seeing things and I'm like, I identify with that. And more and more, I'm like, wait a minute, I also identify with that. I also identify with that. So it's like, at a certain point, when do you say, I'm seeing a lot of different traits and a lot of different things that people are bringing up that I identify with. When do you say, and I'm probably on it somewhere.
Yeah.
Or is it all just coincidence, right?
Yeah.
And so my mom was like, well, when you were in school, if something was going on, they would have picked up on it. I said, not necessarily, not especially then. If you're high functioning and especially if the things that you hyper focus on are in that academic field, right? So like, as long as I'm doing my homework and as long as I'm making the grades and things like that, the teacher don't care that I'm in the back stemming. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I can't put the pencil down. Yeah. Like, or all my stuff has to be lined up before I start my work. She don't, as long as I get that work.
And then she's like, oh, she's so neat. Oh, she's so this, or she's so that. They say a lot of girls, especially, get they don't ever look at it like that because most of the time it's focused on, they're quiet and they're focused on what they need to be focused on. Right. Boys are the ones that's like touching this, doing that over that's here. True. And so then they say, oh, it's just behavioral. And it's like, no, they can't. This environment does not help them focus. Right. This is not the environment for them. And that was the first thing they did, put them in the bad people class so we can go about our day. Because we don't have time to deal with you and your foolishness. Mm-hmm. So
that's a perfect segue because like I said in the intro, for work, you're doing the family peer support specialist. Yes. And you were telling me a little bit that came about from your experience with your daughter. So like, I guess, what was your experience like navigating the school system, and then how did that transition into your role, like your job?
So working with the schools and stuff, because of course I have to sit in IEP meetings with other parents as well. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of able to navigate because of the things that I had to sit in and like fight for journey for, like in school. So like certain things I wanted her to be in, like an inclusion type program. So I want her to be with the typically developing children most of the day if she can. And then she can still do the autism program as well. So, I try to get most of the kids into that because, of course, our kids mimic other kids. So if they're in like a lower grade, if they're in like having like, they're lower functioning. Okay. Because I like to use my words lightly because people get offended. Yeah. But when they have that, kids will, like with higher functioning, will then start mimicking it. Yes. So, and that's what happened to Journey, is like a lot of times it happened to her. So, when she first started, she started school at 3. When she started school, she was in a lower class. So she came home, she was falling all out. She was beating her hand, like doing everything that they were doing. I'm like, what is wrong with my kid? Like she was doing a little bit more than this, but now she's mixing things with them. Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, so she needs to be in, see what typically developing children do. So since then, it's like she's been thriving ever since. So I just try to help my parents understand those things as well. Like, don't put them in a class that's strictly with autistic children. Yeah. Let them do some typically developing stuff and be in a mixed program. Yeah. Yeah.
But then how does that work for, I guess, everybody is in a different space, right? Yes. So then how does that work for a child that is having some behavioral issues, that does easily get overstimulated and can become a disruption in I don't want to say typical, but in I don't know the word.
She said typically developed. Typically developed student class. Yes.
Okay, so you bring this child in, and now if I'm a teacher, I kind of have order, structure, everything's kind of, now I bring this child in and it throws that off. Like how do they navigate that?
So a paraprofessional or one-on-one is normally what they'll have.
So they usually have an aide.
Yes, that's that's a paraprofessional, one-on-one to kind of help them navigate through it. Okay. Like they may not be able to stay in there a long time. So my daughter stays in there an hour, but she can sit in there for an hour, but other kids can't. So maybe doing like 5 to 10 minutes. work.
Okay.
You know, so just so they can get a little bit of what
That
things are
exposure.
supposed to
Especially if
be.
they
Yes.
are only children, things like that. It
Yes.
kind of helps because they don't, or not in a aftercare, things like that,
Right.
where they're regularly around typically learning children.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to my aunt about this because I've talked about it on my podcast with my cousin Kingston. He's also on the spectrum, and I don't know what the terms are, but I think he's further on it than I think he's further on the spectrum.
But you said that he's been doing better when since he's been in daycare.
Yeah, well, he's in school now.
In school,
he's
okay.
in kindergarten, but he just turned 6 in February, which means that the next step is first grade, right? But his class is all kids on the spectrum.
Okay.
And so I think I'm gonna talk to my aunt about this and say maybe he do need to spend, and maybe he already do. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe he do need to spend time with typically learning students to give him that exposure because your point, he is not an only child, but his next oldest sibling is 15 years older than him. So there's no younger kids in the house that he can
kind of bounce things off. Yeah.
Right. And then also things like social skills groups, they do have them where she can take him, and it's like, you know, mixed children as well. So it's different things that they can do to help children with more exposure to those kind of things.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that. So when it came to the job, was that something that you just fell into, or was it like, hey, I know what parents are going through. I've been through the struggle. Let me just apply. Or was it like, hey, you're doing so good at this. Would you like to, did they ask you, or did you say?
No. So I was just like looking on Indeed because I needed a job at the time. So I did that, and I saw this job and it said you had to have lived experience with children with autism. I'm like, that's me.
I had birth one.
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, did that count? Yeah. So I'm like, okay,
I fit the bill.
Right. Exactly.
Did you put my name on it? Okay.
And it was like that. Like even the interview was not an interview.
Yeah.
It was like I'm sitting here and just talking to the lady. We going back and forth, and she was like, oh, okay, so when can you start? I'm like, well, like it was just easy.
Yeah.
So then
because the Lord said this is for you.
I feel like that's how you know when it's meant to be.
Yeah. It's super easy.
Yeah. And I wasn't nervous. Normally I'd be nervous. Like I was just sitting there just talking to her. She was like, so what do you do, you know, for her for this? And I'm like, I do this. And she was like, yeah, you got the job. And that was it. And the rest is history. I've been there for 5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Is it fulfilling? Like,
yes.
I can imagine it is.
Yes, I sit there. It's like I'm not working, even though I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like I'm talking to the parents, and it's like we're friends or something.
Yeah.
Like it's that easy.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Yeah. Now I do have a lot of different things too, because I work with children, mental health completely now. So I do have some that's schizophrenic, I have some that's bipolar. So we deal with a lot of different stuff as well. But those autism parents, I'm there with them. So.
I think that's.
He said, and LaToya got coins, so she got somebody out here cutting her grass. So you might hear a little lawnmower, a little giggle from us, but you know she got a couple dollars. She does not have to do it on her own.
The crazy part is that that's crazy. But secondly, I feel like he's like.
He definitely is, because he's starting like, let me go ahead and be up in the podcast. I know she got something going on.
And I feel like I jinxed myself because I was like, maybe he'll come at 1 o'clock and we'll be done.
You're trying. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I think in editing, there's a noise cancellation feature, so hopefully it'll cancel it. Oh, y'all will just hear it. Like, we ain't gotta be perfect.
I just told y'all what she got.
Anyway. Okay. So when you said that you have different like mental health clients, that made me think about this next question. What would you say is the one thing that you learned about mental health and about the community that you feel like completely changed your view of things?
I'm gonna say that everybody is having some form of like going through something. Right? I'm realizing that more and more each day, especially with the teenagers. It's like the parents are going
through it.
I mean, literally. I mean, it's the
take me through there. Take me through there.
Like literally, I mean, there's so many different things that they have come up. Like I've learned about selective mutism of it. I'm like, what is that? I mean, where children just won't talk and they just not talking. They just say, I'm not going to do it, and they don't. And I'm like, huh?
They got, the man has said, and this is just a little bit of, off topic. He said, the mind is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Because if you could let your mind, now this is a little, now he touched on something crazy, but I'm going to just say it how he said. He said, if you could trick your mind and say that you a woman and you was a man, your mind is a powerful thing.
Yes.
And I wish see, that's when they used to talk about, oh, you got selective memory, you got selective hearing. Selective mute. I wish you would.
That's
but to be honest, I think we did. I just think that it was not accepted. You know what I mean? Like I do remember times growing up where you had somebody like a friend in school or whatever who would be talking, and then all of a sudden they just not saying nothing. And we'd be like, oh, she acting funky today, or she got attitude, or it's like no, and at least for me, I feel like nobody ever thought like there was something mental and cognitive happening. We just thought you got attitude today. Oh, you really not gonna say nothing all day? You just gonna sit over there and not talk to me? Like to me, that's kind of how
I'm not. Listen, let me tell you something. You either are not talking or you got an attitude.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna select to not talk to me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
uncheck the box.
But that's what I'm saying is that maybe this was a symptom of something, but we saw it as, oh, she just got attitude. And and to the person experiencing it, that probably invalidated their experience, and they probably walked away from that thinking, "But do I have attitude? Because I don't feel like talking today."
But the thing is, and so then and you are more versed in this, but I wonder if because now we have all of the different words and all of the different sayings and all of the different things, do people now, or do you see kids taking that and like, oh, I can use this to do
100%.
this, or I can use this because you can't say it would be the same thing. Like you would be like if we were in the classroom and my child was like, well, I have selective, and you're like, well, they should be able to have that, Miss Co. And I'm like, unselected and have a conversation.
Period.
It's what you're gonna do.
That's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you have people that, and the one time the child hears, somebody just believe me.
Now it's like
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
And let my parent. And then if you, as a parent, are like, no, you shouldn't. And then you go somewhere, you'll hear somebody else like, oh, what kind of mother is she? She doesn't even take value in what her child is saying to her. It's so. I know kids will use whatever is now the new fad. Not even. I'm not going to call it. That's not a fad, but the new terminology that we just didn't have. And I know that we have had stuff that it's like, oh, that ain't my thing. But if it worked, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yes.
it's like now I never, even though like my parents, I would feel like, yes, I need a mental health day. As an adult, I'm like, I can understand the pressures of going to school. I know how I felt. Sometimes you just needed a day not to be dealing with nothing, right? But then it's like when the schoolhouse starts saying, and for seniors, we know you guys are really have a lot going on. You get a 2 mental health days a month. Now, excuse
Wait
me?
a minute. Right. Yeah, wait a minute. No, it's true. It's so true. And even it's another disorder called oppositional defiant disorder. And to me, that just means that I know people, everybody don't spank their kids, but I just feel like you need to spank it. Like you don't have you're doing stuff because you want to do it. But now it's called a disorder.
Yes.
Like what do you do with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the disorders are valid. I just think that it's the way we go about dealing with it, right? Because I get that, that whole like, because I feel that too sometimes. I'm not gonna say I have a disorder, but like, you know how like you was getting ready to go do something, as soon as somebody asks you to do, it's like, nah, I don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because I was
Because now why are you telling me what to do?
Exactly. And so they're probably having those same thoughts, but the issue is as an adult and somebody who's maybe not further on that spectrum, I can self-regulate and say, even though I'm disappointed that you said something, and I don't feel like it, I'm still going to go wash the dishes, because that's what I was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other person now not doing it and becoming completely defiant because you asked them to do something.
Yeah, the hard part with a lot of the things that I know that yes, I could be lenient on or whatever. I think for my community, for our community, we don't have the leeway to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't be defiant and trying to figure out your way with the same grace as other people in other communities.
Yes.
Because you're
Correct.
defiant
Yes.
and trying to figure out your way, baby, you're gonna be in somebody's jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was having
That's
this
true.
conversation with my son, with Jonathan, because he's been kind of acting up in school and he has valid reasons for how he feels, right? And I told him, I said, well, you have to be able to have self control. I said, you can't allow someone else to pull you into whatever they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or because all of these people, and this is one of the things he said, all of these kids that are bad get some kind of attention from teachers.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't get any attention from teachers because I do my work or I do my this or I do my that. You get the attention at the honor roll assembly 3 months later
Yeah.
or at the thing, but kids want like if I see somebody else
Yes.
getting all of this attention, it's like, oh well shoot, let me jump on that
Let me
thing
do
so
it
they can
too.
say something
Yeah.
to me.
That's true.
But I told him, I was like, that you can kind of get away with that in elementary school. I said, but they'll look when you go into middle school and high school, they're gonna look at your school record and they're gonna say, he's a behavioral problem. We don't need to have to deal with him. We already know where he's gonna end up. So you'll end up in a different kind of classroom because
Right.
they don't want to have to deal with you. I said, you are a African American male who the society is not necessarily always on your side. And it's easier to put you in a classroom where you can't go to your highest like educational things because they don't want to have to deal with you. You always have honor roll, you always have this. Why can't that just be enough? And
Mm-hmm.
so having to then reinforce like that is enough. Us praising you when we know you get a good grade or we know you get this, that should be enough. And I think it's difficult with kids, especially middle kids, where you have younger siblings, older siblings, and you trying to focus on these teenagers that's acting crazy because it's like you this close to being an adult, and I need to finish this last little bit of rearing so that you're not in the wrong space. And then you got these babies like, I need you to focus.
Yeah.
So those
Right.
middle children, you think, I think I've done enough to kind of let you kind of focus on yourself. And it's kind of like they still need
Yeah.
that.
And I mean, I get where he's coming from because it does feel a little unfair when like the bad kids.
Hmm.
So imagine, right? Like you're in elementary school, middle school, whatever. The bad kids, all the teachers know their name.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, so and so, that's such and such.
Yeah.
And then it's like you're doing what you're supposed to do,
And they
and
don't even know who
yeah,
you
they don't
are.
even know
Yeah.
who you are. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's almost. I'm just trying to think from a child's mindset. What's the point of doing everything if I don't get, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really comes of it.
Right.
Even the honor roll assembly, like you said, it comes and goes. There's
Yeah.
really nothing memorable about that.
Yeah.
They don't see me the next day and say, "Oh, I saw you on the stage getting your award,"
Exactly.
So it's like,
It's and like I said, we I can understand because I even have had this issue at work. Like I had a colleague who they know who she is, right? Like my company knew who she was. This and the fourth. She always calling things like that. I have been in the company longer. I could walk past them and they don't know who the heck I am. But I do my job. I just had to forth. I go home. I don't need to do all of the extra frills and things like that. She no longer works for the company, and I'm still there. And I'm like, it doesn't. It's sometimes like I told him. Sometimes it's not. You also can be doing stuff and having eyes on you that you really don't want on you.
yeah.
And
But I
so
mean, he's 11,
he's a yeah, no, he's 10. So,
10.
but I'm like, I also, but in the moment,
He got to learn that
no, but
lesson.
not even that. In the moment, I felt a certain kind of way when they were like, "Oh, hey, such and such," and then I was like, I also work for the same company,
Yeah.
so
And been here longer.
and been here. So at that time, I was like, what? But I was also then like, let me just mind my business.
Yeah.
So I can, and in that I can understand what he's saying, but I also needed him to know that that feeling comes in. It's gonna go
Yeah.
because you'll realize. And I told him all attention is not good attention.
Yeah.
Like you could Never have them give you any attention, and then you do something and they give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, that's not even his personality.
That's
So
true.
I ain't gonna worry about it. I said, but if you're always doing something, you'll be oh, here come Jonathan. Oh my God, I can't wait till he leaves school.
Right.
I said, you don't want them to think that of you. Like, they might know their name, but like, oh, I hope he don't never come back.
Right.
Kind of thing. So
yeah, and it's a hard. That I think is a hard lesson.
Yeah.
For a 10-year-old because he wants the instant gratification.
And I think, especially the kids now, that's what they have had, right? So we had to watch commercials. We had to, if your show was coming on, you better be in there at 8 p.m. Because if you're not, they talk about it at school, and you don't know what's going on, right?
And next week they're not going to show.
They're not showing you.
You missed it.
There's no recaps.
You missed it. You got to wait till the end of the year when they do a marathon.
Exactly, for you to be able to see it. And so I think we can understand having to wait. Now kids have apps. There's no lines for anything. I could put it on my app while I'm at home, get there, and my stuff is already ready.
Yeah.
And I'm a consumer of. Anything that has an app, I'm on the app. Baby, if I can order it if at home. So that's the instant, like there's no, okay, we go to McDonald's, we gotta stay in this long line. Now you go to McDonald's, there's barely a person at the daggone cashier. You do everything through the thing. No, through the now they have these kiosks.
Oh yeah.
So I think that they have gotten so used to, and now most parents a little bit more financially is better. So it's like, oh, I want a pair of shoes. You don't have to wait till Christmas. You're getting them, everything is immediate, because we were like, well, we had to wait and we had to look at the magazines and we had to wait till Christmas. Christmas is every day for these kids.
It really is.
Every day.
And I always say this. It's a product of we're trying to satisfy the little kids in ourselves who did. Well, I wish I had. When I grow up, my kids ain't gonna never have to. Well, maybe our kids should have been.
Yeah.
So,
but it's too late now.
I know.
It's like, like, what do you do now? Because like when I say my daughter has every app, she has anything at her fingertips. I mean, even DoorDash, I had to stop her because she was just going crazy. But like all that stuff, it matters because it's like we didn't have that, but they do.
Yeah.
So now they're like, I don't want to wait for this. You're right. They don't want to wait for anything.
No.
Nothing.
A game come out, it's already on live. You ain't gotta wait for it to come out in June or whatever. They like, oh no, we got it.
Download it, and then the game's already there.
So yeah, everything is. I can understand why they don't have but the thing is, because everything is immediate, because they have that instant gratification, it don't last.
Yeah.
It's nothing that, like, you get them a toy and it's like, oh, okay, 2 hours and now I'm on to the next thing because I can get whatever I want, or I can get it. Yeah. Like, you got something at Christmas, you play for maybe like at least 5 months because ain't nothing going to be coming this way for a minute. But,
and also the anticipation built up for a long time. Like, you've been waiting months and months and months to get this. Yes. And now that you have it.
And I need to learn everything about it. I need to see how it functions. They be like, oh, that was cute.
Literally, I bought my daughter this game, and it was like $200-something. She played that game on Christmas Day. Had not touched it. It's a console thing.
Wow.
Is it like the Nintendo Switch or one of those?
Next door.
One
time. We played Christmas Day. She had not touched it. Wow. I said.
We have some. We got to be in there. We have to get in there.
Is she will do that because Kingston is her youngest. She has 3 boys. What she learned is that they do that. And so what she do with Kingston, I've never really seen any other parents do this, but all his toys, they'll pull them out, he can play with them, right? After about a week, she'll hide them all. And then like reintroduce them a month later, 6 months later, things like that. Yeah. That is one thing that her and her husband like are good about that. Like, and his birthday too, like whatever he gets, like he can kind of have it on the day, right? And then when the day is done, she take everything, put it all the pieces back in the box, put it all back in the closet, and then when he start acting irritated, like he looking for some stimulation or something new, she'll pull something out from Christmas that he ain't played with.
He's like, oh, I got a new toy.
Exactly. Yeah. In his mind, he like, ooh, this is new, but it ain't new. You just didn't play with it for that long. You didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
So they will do that, which I mean, their son is autistic, so maybe she's doing that because of that stimulation. Like
Yeah. He just needs something.
Something, and it needs to feel new and different to kind of keep him hooked.
Yeah.
And so maybe she learned it from that. But I think even kids that are not on the spectrum could benefit from that.
Yeah.
Like if I give you something, you play with it for a little bit. Now let me put it up for you.
Yeah, because we've done that. Like when we were moving, and Davon put all of Joshua's toys away, so he has a bunch of toys that he has now. But he saw the box, and now he be up in it like, "Now what's up in here?" And I'm like, "Them toys like 3 years old. And it's like baby toys."
You forget about it.
He like,
"Oh,
but I think we do that too."
Yes.
When we see something, like,
"Oh, I forgot I had this shirt.
This shirt. They text him on everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I only wore this one time.
Surprise.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's Autism Acceptance Month, right? And I think it started off as awareness, but they changed it to acceptance. And so I wanted to ask you, when you hear that acceptance, what does that mean to you?
I think it just means more so of just knowing that this is what your life is going to be like. So I think I've accepted it. At first, I would try to change her, because all parents, when you get yourself together, you can do it, but you can't change it. And that's the thing. So I'm like, I've accepted her for all her flaws and stuff like that. Whatever comes, I just accept it. But I think all parents kind of go through that, especially autism parents. They go through those kind of things. It's like you want your child to be typically developed. That's anybody. But now it's like, okay, this is your new norm. You have to accept your new norm.
Yeah.
So that's just what I do. I accept whatever she has coming. I accept it.
But I think it's also for the world too, because a lot of times if you find someone, on the spectrum, sometimes you kind of like,
yes,
or
why are they acting like that? What's going on?
Child, what happened? And the thing is, part of that is, I think also as mothers, you don't want people like, oh, what happened? What she was doing?
Yes.
Because most of the time, anything that was on like TV, especially as us growing up, anytime something was wrong with the child, it's like, oh, that mother was on drugs, or this mother was doing this, or they was doing that. So it's always the fault of the parent. And I think we've gone into like with
it's a reflection of you,
right? That with sexual health, all the things, it just can't be. It is what it is. This is how this child was born. I think accepting it makes it easier for when you are in those situations because I think part of it is like, well, how's the world going to look at me? Or how is this going to look? Or,
what is this a big thing for me?
Yeah, what is the reflection that this is now on me?
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Yes, I was so worried about that. Because, I'm the kind of person, I'm quiet to myself at times. So it's like now the attention's on me.
Yeah.
This child is falling down on the floor, and now it's on me. You know what I'm saying? So, you used to talk about the parents, they just needed, why ain't I whooping them kids? Like, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
But now I see it as, like, when I see a kid now and they're falling out of stuff, I'm like, I don't even judge them now. Yeah. Because now I understand, like, it could be something
It could be a lot of things going on.
Yes, it could be a lot of things going on.
A lot of times now the sympathy goes to the parent of, like, if this is what if this is what the child, and again, they don't care about the child where the circus is or where they're going to pitch the tent. They don't care. I don't care.
Right.
But as a parent, it's like, okay, well, if you're going through this in the store, I can only imagine now when they're in their comfort zone of the levels in which they will go. And now I think with social media, you see more of these parents who are dealing with children who are violent in, in their struggles and things like that. So it's like, I think for me, because I'm going to be honest, and I think it's just because I was raised. When I see a child acting up, I be like, "Oh, you need my belt."
Exactly.
You need me to talk to them.
Yes.
But now it's kind of like, you just are a little bit more conscientious of this parent might be having some struggles, and I kind of look at it and like, you need a break.
Yes.
I wonder, because my go-to is to just ignore the child because I feel like as an adult in that situation, like if I see a child kind of going off and the parent is doing their best to get them together, I feel like any attention that child can garner from that, they feel like they, are more emboldened. So when I see stuff like that, I really try to just ignore the child. But I wonder now for the parents, like, what do they expect people to do? Like, what would you want? Like, if somebody saw you going through it and just like got their groceries and kept it moving, would you feel like, oh, thank God they didn't say anything? Or would you prefer somebody like Kendra to be like, you need my belt, sis? You know what I
I would
mean?
prefer you not to say nothing, get your groceries going.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's just, we're overstimulated.
Yeah, that's what now I would never
Yes.
tell nobody I'm gonna get in their bed.
Right.
But I can
But some
understand.
people do. You know,
Yeah.
Some people be like,
Yeah.
just let me keep them for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you just get your groceries and go and act like nothing has happened, I'm okay. But if you say something now, I'm offensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm already going through it. This child is literally wiping the floor with themselves.
Right.
And now you're telling me you can just beat it out of them. I done did that a long time ago.
Right.
Not to be funny, but if it was that easy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I think that I feel like if someone said, you know, just even in that moment, like, don't let this break you, you're fine.
That will work.
I think instead of being so ready to be violent, this is what I meant when I said saying something to the parent of, today is just a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or it's okay to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess you either ignore it or try
or
to
be
positive.
positive. Be
positive.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
have some compassion.
Yeah.
Yes, but don't say if I take them for a week, they're going to be like. A lot of people say that. Like they'll be like, you just.
Well, he wouldn't do that with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it's not that easy. I've had family members say stuff like that.
And it's because and it's also if you don't know, and that's I think this is the acceptance part of it. You don't know everybody's story.
Right.
And then it's like, and you be mad if I said to you, well, why do you feel that being abused is okay? Were you abused? Now you and your feelings because I done called you, you know, so, or I don't need my child, nobody would know abuser. Now you mad. So being positive, because again, you don't know what that parent is or isn't going through, and you don't know if they're overwhelmed, they're become a single, like they can have a whole other things going on in their life. This child is acting up because the parents are divorcing, or they've seen abuse, or they've seen such I don't need anything extra added on to the struggles that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and a lot of parents and stuff like they don't make it because one parent is mostly the mom. Is mostly like doing all this stuff, and the father's like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that. So then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick my child over you.
Yeah.
They need
me. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a lot of that. So a lot of parents are single mothers. Like I deal with a lot of single parents.
Yeah.
So that's a big
even in a relationship, they still moving as a single parent.
Yes. I think it takes fathers much longer to accept non-typical children because typical children are already a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they already kind of check out, especially like sometimes in that beginning stage. A lot of people talk about being single married women, all the things. So to add on more of the hands on that you have to be with child with autism, child with behavior issues, all of the different things. I don't know I know it's more of it is a nurturing thing, and because you knew your child well before that father did, so you have 100%. A like full focus on it. And I ain't gonna say all mothers, because there's some mothers that be like, well,
be over it too.
I'm done.
You take
them, or let's figure out a different situation.
Right.
So it can go hand in hand. More often it is the male figure, because I think it's also difficult for men to get that connection before, like especially like you're nursing, things like that. It takes longer. And I think that when you have a child that is maybe autistic, and it's even harder to even for the mom to attach with that child. I think for fathers, like, I really ain't got no chance, let me go on. And that they never think it's their issues or their stuff that's going on or whatever. So it's like, let me start over here.
And then I think sometimes it's this idea of like, let me just get out your way. Yeah. I don't want to make things worse, but I'm not gonna say I hate that perspective, but I don't love that perspective, because like I appreciate you not trying to like overstimulate me even more, but saying I'm gonna just stay out your way. You're not helping me either.
Yeah, I think it's a twofold, because also sometimes I think as women, I'll just say this, when I was going through postpartum, which was my own mental disorder because of my hormonal change, I could not see his help as being helpful. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't have it until I kind of was getting out of the fog, where I was kind of like, oh wait, it's a me thing. I need to get myself together. I need to take a step away. And I think sometimes as you going so full force that you don't realize that that full force is also damaging things because
Yeah.
you do now have tunnel vision. And I talk about this a lot with like how like Davon was, I think his spectrum stuff, he just has this tunnel vision and he does not realize the damage that he's doing until like somebody's in front of him and says it's you're damaging something.
Yeah.
And I think that we, I think that we, especially I would say, and I don't know for you can correct me if I'm wrong, Lucy. If you're in that when you're in that situation, you don't think I'm not thinking about your feelings,
Right.
and I'm not thinking about how you feel about what like I don't have time for you to grieve. We don't have time for your grievance. We got to take care of this child, and I think it does both parties a disservice because you never get the opportunity to grieve all the things that you wanted for this child, all the things because you going full force, and then you looking at him like you, what you, why you got time for that? We don't got time for that. Right. And he's like, I got plenty of time to feel my feelings, know. And it's like, no, we don't. Let's keep it moving. But I think at the end of it, then you kind of like, well, shoot, I never got to feel my feelings, and now I've gotten hard, or I've gotten, all of the things that it kind of, like you said, the relationships don't make it because I think people aren't talking, having that.
They don't talk about it, and I think some of the fathers too also have, like you said, that grieving process. This guy was basically telling me, he was like, I had aspirations for my son to play baseball.
Yeah.
He can't. Like he was crying to me on the phone, and I understood because it's like I wanted Journey to do dance. She was able to do it, but when she was in the back, she was in the back tearing up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it was like so many different things.
Yeah.
So I understand it. Like even the fathers, you have to kind of give them grace as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. Again, you're a mother. You like, look, I gotta make this. I gotta help her as much as I can.
Yeah.
I can't be trying to figure you out and a child out. Like I can't do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah. What do you think? So like for other people, right? What if you had to like just give them a nugget? What would you say is like the one thing that you really wish people could take away, or like really wish that you could push to people? Like if y'all don't pay attention to anything else, this is what I want you to know about uh parenting kids on the spectrum.
Well, I would say the one thing is to get therapy. Men therapy. Once a week.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to accept everything. All of this stuff you're dealing with, you taking this child therapy, doing all of this stuff, because you take them to speech therapy, occupational, ABA. There's so many different therapies that you have to do. And then ABA, they come in your house. So now it's 4 or 5 hours. You had a stranger in your house. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that. So I would say get therapy. And I would say don't rush into all of the different therapies for your child. Because I overwhelmed myself. I had her in everything. And it's like I was just getting burnt out because I was taking her to all of these things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, she needed speech. I want her to work on her speech. Let me do this first. She did speech and then she did occupational. And then after that, I said, well, then now we could do ABA because once she kind of graduated, which all kids don't, but she was able to graduate out of speech and then move to the next thing. So I would just say therapy for the parent because you need it. Like I said, you're grieving.
You need support.
Yeah. You need support. Yeah. Support groups as well is also good. Working with other parents that understand you, and being able to talk to them and work with them. So
I didn't think about that.
Child, I didn't, but I think that is the realest thing that somebody could promote is that you need support. You need to be in therapy. Yeah. Because you have therapy for everything else. Your relationship, your childhood trauma, your this, your that. But I think as we have as growing up, you have all of these aspirations of what your life is going to be like. Yes. And I think we talk about when something happens in our own lives, like you need therapy to grieve. I think that we don't realize that you inevitably have all of these feelings of what you want for your children. And when it doesn't happen, you're grieving. The way you grieve comes out so many different ways. Yes. And you don't think it's grieving. Like you're overprotective. Or why? Or you're this, or you're that. And it's like, well, because these things didn't happen, or I didn't realize that I wasn't going to have this, or she's not, taking the classes that I wanted her to take. Or why do you feel like that? You need to break that part down and understanding it and grieving it and moving past that. Because it's a death of a thought. It's a death of a hope. Mm-hmm. And you need to be able to understand it, process it, and move past it.
And then you also see other people with their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a constant
reminder
thing.
of this is not your life.
Yeah.
You know, where everybody else is taking their kids to go play baseball and stuff, you're taking your kids to therapy. It's not the same. You're feeling like, oh my God, I'm missing out on so much. And they get to do this. And it's almost a jealousy thing. I'm going to be honest with you.
I can imagine.
You know, because you're seeing everything and everybody moving about and you have to do this. So on vacation, she don't want to do
I was getting
this.
ready to say, when you thinking about, oh, I can't wait to take my child to Disney.
Yes.
Or I can't wait to go on a cruise.
And now she don't want to stand in the line, so she's freaking out. Or she
may
hears
not
certain
even want to
sounds.
go to Disney because it might be overstimulated.
Yes.
Or you on a cruise and they just want to stay in the room and it's like the buffet.
Yes, it's the buffet. You got these slides right there. You know, there's so many different things, and you like, I can't do this, but everybody else kids, they got their little swim.
And you barely can find them. You all about it. And they like, well, where your kids? Well, they get the daycare because you know.
Yeah, they don't want to do it. You know,
that's what my aunt was saying about. So my sister has a son, and my aunt, the one that has an autistic son, when my nephew was turning 2, my aunt was so excited because she was like, typical learning child, is having the reaction that she wanted her son to have at 2. Right. So he's excited about cars and trucks. And he can see things and name them and know what it is. And, you know, look, Mom, I got a monster truck and all of that. Things that her son didn't do at that age, or like we tried to do the same thing for him and he wants to look at lights. Like, so.
Or break the toy.
Or not understand how it works and, things like that. So I'm not gonna say she's living vicariously through her nephew, but she did say, like,
I think it's a part of her that is
like he's having the reaction that I thought my son would have. You know.
Yeah, I think though, especially like those last children, is kind of like, now this is my last hoorah.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't come out the way that you are thinking, I'm sure that can also be very heartbreaking.
Yeah. What else? Go ahead, you go.
I mean, what was you going to?
I was just gonna try to lighten it up because we were talking about like kids reacting and things like that, and I was gonna ask you, have you ever had a moment where you were just like you had to laugh to keep from crying? Like this shit is so crazy.
Let me tell you something. No, actually, yes, because my daughter. Okay, we all had COVID. Y'all know that was
the COVID time.
Okay.
Let me just say something real quick about the COVID time. I don't miss the disease, but I miss the protocols.
Being in the house.
Okay, yeah.
I miss the you have to make reservations.
Okay.
I miss everybody got to wash their hands. Because the people, all of a sudden, the whole time during COVID, allergies wasn't crazy. I wasn't getting like colds. The kids weren't. They were home, but they weren't getting colds. And it was like you had to wash your hands. The people don't be washing their hands.
No.
I think the protocols, that was what I missed. But continue.
Okay. So she had like everybody in the house had COVID at this point, including her. She goes in there and cracked every egg. Okay. It was like 24 eggs in this cup. She went and cracked every egg. She's allergic. So now her face is.
See, people be allergic to eggs.
And I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm like, at this point, just like I cracked up because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, if I really want to put my hands in, but I'm not. But what are you doing?
You're bored.
And you're bored, and you're in there cracking eggs, and I'm in there just trying to keep my fever down, and here she go cracking eggs.
She said, well, if there's no comedy, I'm bringing it in.
Go ahead. All I could do was laugh. I had the strength to do nothing else.
I'm in here dying.
Yes.
And you cracking eggs. With your allergies.
Yes, with your allergies. And your face
can't even barely see.
She's like, mommy. And I'm looking, I said, oh my God, what's wrong with her face? When there eggs everywhere.
She was having time.
She was having a time by herself.
She said, well, if you ain't going to play with me, I'm going to find some friends.
I'm going to find something to do with myself. So I had to let her keep crying with that one. But yes, she was something. I'm telling you.
The kids, and now that ain't nothing crazy because my child, he been up in the refrigerator cracking eggs. I said, I came in there and then you could just see the dribblings. And he put it in the freezer. So then they got all dried up. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Like, what is going on?
Then he took it outside during COVID. Or maybe it wasn't. I think it was home in the summertime. He throwing it at cars. Because they lost confidence in the just they. He just throw it. He's like, I just wanted to see what was happening when it was crying. What you got going? Go find you something to do. Clearly, he found him something to do. Find you, as my parents would say, find you something productive to do
or safe.
Find you something safe to do.
Because this is neither one of them is this. That's they nor productive.
But yes, there's just those kind of things. And I mean, it's a lot of different things that she do that. Like one time, I told her I was like, stop repeating yourself because we try to redirect some of her, things that she had. So one morning I was like, "Good morning, kid," because I always tell her good morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I repeated myself because I didn't think she heard me. So I'm like, "Good morning, kid." She said, "You're repeating yourself." I was like, "Wow!" Like it made me laugh because I'm like,
first of all, don't clock my teeth.
Don't right. She clocked you, sis.
She clocked me. So
But I didn't think you heard me because you didn't respond in a timely manner.
She was like, "You repeating yourself." I said, "Oh, so you do understand?"
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the next time you do that, it's gonna be wrong. Right. That's all I'm saying. So I just laughed because I'm like, I was happy she did it because these are things they say that they won't do.
Yeah. Or get the jokes or get the things.
Or understand it. So I was happy about that. So that's all I could do was laugh.
Do y'all watch The Big Bang Theory?
I just watched clips of it.
Y'all should watch it.
I know Sheldon is a little he's hilarious.
But some of it's so funny to me. But then I've had to like reevaluate because I'm like, do I find this funny? Like, you know how the best humor is humor you can identify with? So I'm like, do I find this funny because I identify? Like, what is really going on?
I believe so. I believe so.
Not Kendra. Your ass is on that spectrum.
If you watch past episodes, you see my wink, y'all. Yes.
You should. Your ass is on that line, okay? You seeing yourself.
That's your people right there. Okay.
But anyway, y'all should watch it because it is, to me, eye-opening. And this was done in the early 2000s where it wasn't as much information readily available as it is now. Mm-hmm. But to watch the show now and kind of see all the little things that they kind of joke about or point out, it's really interesting. Yeah. It's really interesting. I be getting Sydney too. I told them, everybody in my house got something going on. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, a touch of something.
A touch of something.
As they say, that baby got a touch.
We got everything but nepotism. That's we
got autism. Okay, where's the nap?
What's the nap?
Nap, come on up in here.
You forgot that one.
You forgot it.
But I think everybody do. Like I feel like now, like you said, just learning more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I might have a touch of something.
I know. Listen,
I'm telling you.
But low key, they say it's hereditary. So like, if a child pops out with it, either that mama or that daddy, somebody on there.
So let me tell you what they said too. They said it comes mostly from the dad.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. They said they mostly do. So I'm like, okay, but then my daddy had, I don't know. But I know some things, like when I was young, I would have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like when I was like 5 and stuff, my mom was like, it was a lot of things you did. And I'm like, that's not right. So I think I may have a touch of something. I know I have ADHD, 100%.
I think the world got ADHD, baby.
Yes. But you know what? I think our generation more though. Like,
yes.
Yes, when they started introducing all of the stuff in our food.
Yes.
And but they say the men's sperm is a carrier of a lot of things, especially because they create new sperm. The eggs we gotta do is the eggs right. And I knew under the sun with those. But with men, they talk about like their health, testosterone, all the different things that each sperm set makes up, something different. But yeah, child, I don't know. I think I know there's a touch. I'm a touch or something.
Yeah, me too. I got something.
But that also give me flavor.
Yeah,
I got flavor.
And you know what? I think too. I think a lot of that attributes to the success too. Mm-hmm. Like maybe it is hyper fixating. Yes. Maybe it is over functioning, but it's gonna get the job done.
I got the money on clearly because she getting her grass cut by some crazy man.
Do you think that social media has helped or hurt the conversation around mental health and autism.
Yeah, I think it helped it because a lot of the times, like, I don't know if you guys know, I think I posted a video a while back, like probably a month ago, where this little boy was like really beating his mother.
I saw that.
But I believe she got help from that, you know, because people was able to see it. And sometimes it's just a matter of getting them residential.
Yeah.
You know, and I think she needed some type of help. That little boy, she had no control over it.
Yeah.
So getting that residential, sometimes it takes a long time to get kids in residential. It don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
People have to fight with their kids for years before they actually do something.
Yeah.
And in our area, it's not a lot of help. So that was able to get her help. And I think just that conversation around it, people seeing it, yeah, they made a lot of like jokes about it, but it was people on there that was able to help.
Yeah, because they've even been through the experience or they know it, and it being not just confined to conversation,
Yes.
or not just confined to your area, the entire world is seeing it, and there's somebody else in the world who has had to deal with it.
Yes.
And can give you the avenues, because they know it's not like, oh well, I had to go through it, she got to figure it out. They're like, no, that's unfair to this mother. Let's do what we can to, you know.
What does residential, what does that mean?
So that's like basically a place that a child goes that have mental health challenges, and they stay there. So like they give them all the extensive therapies and things like that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of helps the parents, and then it gives them time away. You know, the parents get a break, because most of the time the parents don't get a break, because you're not like, you're afraid of what other people might do to your kids. A lot of people now, I don't let them keep journeying at all.
Yeah.
You know, because you're worried about those things. Like, are they going to be able to do what I do, or are they going to try to hurt her because
Yeah.
they don't understand?
And then also probably the feeling of, are they going to hurt me without them understanding what they're doing, or hurt
Right.
themselves? So
Yeah.
you're always up thinking like, let me check, let me do I, having a baby monitor when your child's 15, 16, all of the things that you have to do. I know just in, typical children, you don't sleep well just off that.
Right.
I couldn't imagine on top of that them not understanding, or because like I can understand like how frustrated as an adult or someone who is speaking, you think you're speaking regular English and this, that, and the fourth, and people aren't understanding you. I can understand if you're trying to get a point across and no one's understanding you, and you don't know how to regulate your frustration in that. Most of us would be like, you know what, don't, I just do it myself and walk away. But if you also know I can't do it myself, now I'm real pissed.
Right.
And I think that's another part of like, I think, and this is just, my speculation. I think there's also a part of your brain that's like, I want to do this and I can't.
Yes.
And no one's understanding that I can't. Like I think about people that are, that have issues with gotten shot and their spine is messed up and things like that, and they're like trying to will themselves to do something, and it's like now I just can't. Yeah. And it can be, I can understand it being frustrating, because you can have all of the, what the outside looks like, but we don't know internally, literally, what their brain is saying.
Yes, and a lot of the times their brains are like different. Like we were able to see a video of how kids that has autism see things, and it was just crazy. They was like, put your headphones on, so they hear everything. So if you do like this, they hear it, but it's 1,000.
Super sensitive.
They're super sensitive to everything. So this lighting could bother her. Different things like that is like problems that children have, and then they can't explain it because they can't talk, or it's hard for them to express themselves.
Yes.
So then now they're flipping out, and that's why they flip out.
Yeah, because it's like I can't give it.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Right, and then that's what they do.
Yes.
Like,
let me just fix it. Yeah. Let me just fix it, because you're not fixing it. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, so unless you have anything else, I kind of want to, as we close it out, I want to just.
Well, before we close, well, I know we're gonna close it out soon, but I wanted to just say this, and I'm thankful for you giving us our flowers, but I just want to say, as a mom and as someone who knows how difficult it can be to be in a situation where you've lost these, what you thought you were going to have, for your life and things like that, and the fact that you took that mantle and didn't just say, I'll deal with my child, but decided to take what you've learned and give it to the community, and continuing to be a voice of advocate for other people that are going through things. I just want to give you your flowers and say thank you for being an amazing person in doing that.
Yes. And it's not easy. Like people don't understand because sometimes you're reliving it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Oh,
And I
yes.
think
Yes.
that's the main thing. Like I sat with the mother one time, and they were giving her the diagnosis, but I was there for support.
Mm-hmm.
And she just dropped her head and turned the camera off. And I know she was crying, you know, because I was. That's what happened when they told me about Journey. I'm like, what? And like, at first you're shocked, and then it's like, oh my God, now what next? But I was able to help her. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, these are the next steps. I will get there. That's the first thing I told her. You just need to get some therapy so that you can kind of deal with this, and then you're able to kind of move with your child.
Yeah, and I know, and I've said this before. I think someone told me this when I lost Justin and different things like that. Sometimes your story isn't for you. It's for you to be an advocate for somebody else. And it's like sometimes in the midst of it, you be like, baby, I don't know if I got that.
Yeah, me either. That's what I thought. I'm like, listen, y'all figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Right. But I applaud you on taking on what you have to take on, but then continuing to take on more with other people, and now going with people with schizophrenia and different other behavioral things that can progress for the rest of their lives, and all of the things. That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
So moving on to something a little bit lighter. Mm-hmm. Girl, you gonna tell people the business on that podcast, okay? You gonna tell them how you feel about it.
Yes, because I wanted to get that's something that a lot of people don't do. Yes, that's like my alter ego in a way. Like I'm able to just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I do it. Like, that's why I love to just sit in front of it. Like you said, be about 15 minutes to a second. I do that and then go about my day.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but I love it though. I love it. Love to talk about stuff and everything like that. Hoping nobody send me no messages and then saying that or trying to sue me or something like that. So I try to kind of be candid as to what I say.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. People will come in here and you be like, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you don't know who's watching. Because I had one episode I did when it was about a king. Mm-hmm. And he shared my thing on his podcast. I'm like, so people are watching. So I'm like, oh my goodness, let me be careful. And I was just saying how nice looking he looked. But he put me on there and he was like trying to invite me off this stuff. I'm like, okay.
Sir.
Okay now.
Relax.
Oh, relax.
Now my cash app is. If you want to send our money, I'll take the money on.
I'll take it. Bring it over here.
What's the messiest topic that you feel like you've covered?
There's so many different ones, but the one that went viral for me was the Tia and her husband. And that was on TikTok. And I was just saying, like, Corey seemed like he had some issues. Like, he was kind of mean or something. And that's why they ain't together. But it went viral. I mean, it was like it's still getting stuff today. I don't know how much it is. Yeah.
I kind of felt that from him too. It's like I want to like him. I don't know if it's just because I'm black.
Yeah.
But I want to see the good in him. But it is something that comes off as.
Let me tell you something. The black women gonna say, it's something about him that don't quite make the goose. Say this. They don't make the goose bump.
When he was in that movie with Megan Good,
it didn't seem too far fetched.
It did. He played that role too good.
And that's what made me say that. Because I'm like, he played that part.
From going from the nice guy to this, now, sir. Yeah. So how does it feel for the virality? Virality. You got it.
What you mean?
Like, how does that feel when you just throwing something to the wall and then it just start climbing up?
It was like crazy to me. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Is this going? And it kept going, kept pinging and pinging and pinging. I'm like, what does that mean? So I asked my niece, I said, what does this mean? She said, you going viral. I said, I don't know. Because we're so old.
I don't have no viral.
Listen, we are the aunties now, okay? We are the aunties.
I'm going viral.
I don't have no viral. I got papers to show you I ain't got no viral.
Right. I have nothing going on. But yeah, she was like, yeah, you're going viral. I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, it was crazy to me. But it's like, you just got to put it out there. And that's what I've been doing. I've just been putting it out there. And then if it come through, it come through. If it don't, it don't. That's how I've been doing it. So.
Does it feel weird sometimes? Like, cause I've been looking at LaToya stuff, and I'm like, oh, she really just talking. I'm gonna say it to the both of y'all, cause you just put something out when you were what you was fixing. You was like, I'm gonna just talk to y'all. Yeah, I'm not making my salad. I said, oh, let me listen, girl. Does it sometimes feel weird when you just talking to yourself? And I would say, coming from Charles Herbert Flowers and everything of excellence and perfection. Because sometimes I've been messing up. I'm like, well, damn, I got to record. And now the energy ain't the same.
I'd sometimes record 3 or 4 or 5 times. And it's like sometimes I'd be like, I'm not putting it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm over it. Like
Yeah.
now the
Yes.
energy ain't there no more.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I'll record 2 or 3 or 4 times and I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, all right, this one I'll put out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, no, because it's too much. It's taking too much of your time. And now you
Yeah.
were happy at first about it. Now you're not.
Yeah.
I practice.
Okay.
I don't be practicing
Like
nothing.
Yeah.
when I did that,
Mm-hmm.
I said it first.
Mhm.
Like first it was just thoughts in my head, and then I said it out loud before I even recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I recorded, I messed up. But so what? This is what I do, and this is because of the podcast. I just keep going. Like if I mess up over a word, I'll say it again the right way
and
how
then
I want to
just
say it,
edit
and
it
I
out.
cut the mess up out, and so then it doesn't look. I don't have to keep stopping and starting,
Yeah.
because that's going to annoy me.
Yeah.
So if I trip up over a word, I just take a deep breath, say it again, and then I clip that part out. Yeah.
So I learned to do that. You know, at first I wasn't. At first I would just be like, oh, just forget the whole thing. But now I'll do that. So I'll stop and then I'll just re-say it again. Like right afterwards, just say it the right way. Yeah. Because I have to edit my stuff. Because I'm all over the place.
Same.
Does it feel weird? And I know like there are people that are older than us who've gotten into the field, but I'm just, does it feel weird coming from when this was not a thing to now you on here trying to, make it into a thing? Like we knew like it was AOL, dial up, and now we over here, right? Now we here trying to the podcast and you on TikTok doing the going viral and all that stuff. Is it kind of like, now we've been through a lot in this short lives of ours. Does it sometimes feel weird seeing yourselves on this screen?
100%. And I would say my niece, she does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like even before it was a thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
she was recording and doing all this. And I'm like, well, I can do it too. So I just set my phone up. I said, well, let me talk about something. And that's how I was able to do it. But it was, at first, I'm like, what is this? What does she got going? Is she walking around with the camera every function? I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then she would upload it and she would do all the editing. And I'm like, this is really nice. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I could do it too. And then I seen how much money people was making. I said,
now, when I see the money, this is the thing. My mind sees the monions.
Yes.
But the ADHD, I cannot focus on just continuing to do it. Like I'll see like, oh, I'm gonna get this podcast, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I do all of the things and they be like, all right, now sit down and focus and edit it. And I'll be like, no, that part.
You should probably go live.
Oh.
Because that will take out the It's like it's live, so whatever mess
but
up.
But I be saying stuff.
I know, but this is why I'm saying that is because like whatever mess ups or hiccups or issues, it's live. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you capture it in the moment.
That's what the kids say. It's crazy.
But you capture it in a moment. You have it and it's out there.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like I don't have opportunity to edit it. Yeah. It's in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I would probably never go live as I'm giving you this advice. But I also don't mind sitting down and doing like all the background stuff. But if that's the barrier for you, then just because when you in the moment, you in the moment. Yeah. And when you flowing, you flowing. Yeah. So
I might got to do the live.
I think lives would be good for you.
I might do a TikTok live. And they be like, what you want here talking about?
Yeah. And then people just come and see what you want there talking about. And then when you, because it'd be like the moment sparks and then it goes away. And when it goes away, all right, y'all.
Well, I'm gonna go.
I'm get up
Let me get up off this phone. I holler at you.
Yeah, because I've done lives too. I do it like after dark, so we be talking about people stuff. But I'll do those on TikTok. And stuff like that sometimes. So, but yeah, and I would like play little games. It's a lot of stuff to be talked about on there. Everybody be like, and my nephews, they be like, get off here. Because they're trying to get on. You don't want to hear this. But yeah, that's what I'll do.
Oh my gosh, now. I'm not mad at that after that.
You guys just started Auntie be fucking. Yeah. So if you don't want to hit nothing else, get on up out of here.
They get off immediately. Okay?
They be like, well, I'm going to holler at you. That was cute. I'm out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we're gonna have to check out the After Dark. See
the
what y'all
after
talking
dark.
about over there. So normally, even though we kind of did it backwards, but normally we do a what are you reading, what are you watching, and how was your week? Me and Kendra will start. They'll give you some time to think about it, and then we'll hop in. What I'm watching right now, I think I talked about Blue Therapy. I'm almost caught up on Cross. They did do the bullshit that I thought they was gonna do and have him with that damn white girl, which it is what it is. It worked out for the story, but I just still didn't like seeing it. And what else am I watching? I think that's basically it. Reading. What am I reading? Really, to be honest with y'all, I was on a reading blitz and just trying to get all my books read for book club. Nothing. I'll tell y'all what I read, but to be honest with you, none of these books really stuck out to me. So this week I finished the Assassin to the Villain. And that was by Hannah Nicole Mariner. I read If You Stay by Brittany Cherry. That was okay. And then I read this new indie author. Her book was This Song Is For You, and that was by D. Michelle. And then my week has been chill. Just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. Y'all hear the guys working on the yard. I'm trying to get them to come out and work on the yard for about 6 days now. So finally getting that done. Getting the house together. I mean, the house is clean, but y'all know I have a girl that comes to clean the house, so I had to get that done. She Devonna, shout out to Devonna. She hurt herself. She was on vacation and hurt herself, so had to reschedule that a couple times, but finally got that done. And that's it. That was my and my car is in the shop. Somebody hit me.
Because the lady hit you.
Yes. So I'm driving a rental car, and so the rest of this week I'll have to, I guess, go back and forth and try to get that all squared away. So
that's the word.
That's my week.
My week was cool. I had some stuff going on with my truck as well, but that was easy to get fixed. I wanted to get fixed before the warranty ran out in another 600 miles. So trying to use up all my little coinage. Other than that,
I forgot to tell y'all. I wanted to tell you this, and we don't have to really get into it, but I went and got my hair done, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because my edges.
You know what you need. Also, so other than you could do the Mary Ruth because they say the Mary Ruth works. I use the one that has just for hair, then it has like hair, nails, and skin. Okay. But it's like it's pink, and it's like I can't think. I'll send it to you. But I've been using that. But then they have the different oil, the Botana oil. I got that from TJ Maxx. Get you some of that. That's supposed to also help.
The thing is, my hairdresser is like, you gotta stop wearing the wigs.
Yes.
That's devastating for me.
You don't have to stop necessarily wearing the wigs, but you definitely need to not do
so
the
now I'm
frontals.
doing a half wig.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You could do half.
But she's like, basically, she's like, you can't swap out the full wig for the half wig because what's going to happen is where the half wig is at, the thinning is going to start there.
Yes, you can't do it on a regular basis.
So she's like, you definitely can't do. She was like, your edges cannot take braids.
Yeah.
So that's out. No braids this year.
Yeah.
You need to not be doing the wigs.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine, we'll do the half wig. And she was like, okay, we can do that for a period of time, but we cannot do that consistently. So now I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Your hair.
That's something that, I mean, I had issues with my edges too, but I cut all of this is shaved. I shaved everything because I was just tired of it and then everything. So, but I do like put like grease and stuff on it, but it's still not coming back. I don't know if it's with age starting to happen. I don't know, but it's definitely starting.
I'm considering like going to my doctor and getting the minoxidil.
Oh, the shot.
Yeah, cause I'm like, what the hell? Like I don't. Yeah. Y'all, I don't want to wear my real hair. I really don't. Like,
Listen to me.
But I also don't want to lose it.
So then you gotta wear your regular
You have to wear your real hair. You have to find styles that make sense. So if that means it's styles that, excuse me, that you can wear for a week. So if that means twist outs where you just have it in for that minute, sit under the dryer and wear twist outs. If that means if you are pressing it, you just have to do more work when doing the things. You just gonna have to do the things. Go to the hairdresser. You go every week or every other week?
First of all, I go once a month because.
Oh, baby cakes. Then you need to also
but
changes.
I go once a month because
because
I
you
do
have
a
your
braid
wigs.
down
Yes.
and then put the wig on.
Well, you will have to now set up a every 2 week or every week if this is something like if you
It's
are.
like, I don't mind going to the hairdresser. I just don't want to do my hair in between.
That's why most people. The other thing is you can cut it off.
I would honestly. I don't care about that.
Because
That's what I did.
Shorter hair, now it depends on what level, right? Because you can do short hair where you just relax the back and all you got to do is, but you have to do something.
And that's the thing.
So you can
even
mold
when
it
you
down.
have short hair, you still have to. So it's like cutting it. I'm not attached to length. I don't want to. I don't want to do my hair. I want to get up, put my wig on, go to work.
So if I will say when I did have shorter hair and it was short in the back, once it was cut, and then all I would do is put mousse on the morning, swirl it up, and go because I had like a really short top, and I would just go to the barbershop every 2 weeks to kind of get it cut down. That was the easiest. Once you start adding any length, is when you have to do some things to it.
The other thing is Judah doesn't like short hair, which I mean, whatever. Like I don't. That is a part of it, but it's a small part of it. Like when I do want to like have a beautiful moment with him, I do want him to still find me attractive, and I know if my hair is short,
you're like, if you don't get your bald headed ass
exactly. So it's like while we don't have those moments often, when it happens,
you
be like,
when
I do want
you want him to be like, okay,
yeah,
he'll be like,
and he go
okay.
exactly. So I don't really care, but it's like when I want to care, once I commit to short hair, it's like, yeah, so when you go in, you know he gonna be like, it's not my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they're gonna say that. I mean, because that's how my fiance is too. But I try to just, hey, this is me, and I wear the same style. People say, but it just worked for me because it's a protective style.
Mm-hmm.
So my top piece is always like, I did shave the sides. I used to have braids on the side. I shaved the sides, but now I just have just the top like sewn in. And it just works. Like my hair is growing better and all of that. So I just had to figure out something.
I am also gonna have to figure out something because I didn't realize how bad it was until I got my hair done this past week. And yeah, I'm doing a half wig, but even with that, I'm like my perimeter is so thin, it barely disguises.
Yeah, you need to go to a hair specialist so they can see what's going on with your follicles. Number one, just so that you already kind of know where it is, because you don't want to stress yourself out, and next thing you have is alopecia, and then you really can't do the things that you need to do. So part of getting older is also learning a new you. And the newness of you is, okay, now this is a LaToya that has to do her hair. Oh, God. Yeah. It's the gradual stages of youth. It's not always going, like, the way you feel is how the man's with the cul-de-sacs feel.
That's true.
Or the edge, the hairline that don't line nothing. So they have had to do some mourning and some different things. So embrace the fact now that you still have hair to even say, I'm gonna put a half wig on, I'm gonna do this, or I can do my hair. There are some other people that are like, I'm out here and can't do anything.
That's true.
So
you're right. I need to look at it differently.
Yes. Half full, not half empty.
All right, DC.
How was your week? What you got going on?
Okay, so reading, I do audiobooks. I don't like to read.
I love audiobooks.
I can't. I can't sit there. I fall asleep.
Listen, my eyes get a little strained on the words.
So I did the Brett and Judy. I've been doing an audiobook for them, and I love it. It gives like relationship advice and everything. So it's really nice. And that's pretty good. Then as far as watching, I watch Moesha. I've been watching it.
Are you back? Are you
I'm rewatching it again.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
as you're rewatching it, Do you feel like she's toxic? Or like she was the problem?
Yes, but I'm like seeing like she was just like doing everything.
Yeah.
Like just against the grain. Like whatever her parents told her to do, she did the opposite. But I just love watching it. Like that is my show. Like I love watching it. So I've been watching like every season. That's what I've been doing lately.
What you gonna ask?
Because what you said and what everybody's saying is she wasn't a good friend. So now that we're older and we know what friends like should be, do you think she was a good friend to? Especially they say she wasn't a good friend to Kim.
She was not. She was not. I've seen a couple of episodes. One of them is when they was talking about her weight. I didn't like. But she just was not a good friend. Then there was a chilling episode.
Yes.
Where she just didn't want nobody to do nothing better than her. And I think that's what it was. And yeah, she was not a good friend at all.
I think she was just a spoiled brat as I see
it
now.
I think so too. Yeah. And the way she treated Dee, like somebody else was saying like Dee was doing too much as a stepmother.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as a stepmother myself, Moesha was doing too much.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Dee was just trying to be. You're not gonna go out here and do anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some guidance.
Yeah.
Some guidelines.
Right. Yeah.
And Moesha just didn't. She just wanted to be rebellious.
She thought she was the T, and she got on my nerves.
I mean, tattoos. I'm looking at all the stuff she did. She had tattoos. She went to Tijuana. I mean, she was just doing everything that she wasn't supposed to do.
But now, as a teenager watching it, I think we idolized that.
She
doing everything.
Well, I wasn't a big fan of Brandy, so I couldn't really get with her.
Oh, you never watched it?
Brandy. You wasn't a fan of Brandy?
I'm not a fan of Brandy.
But even when you were younger?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about her that just was like, you do too much for me. Like she was not, like she didn't seem real to me. And then when she did have her show and they did all of the spectacles because she got pregnant out of wedlock and was doing all that, man, you got pregnant. Okay, go grow up. Like it was just too well crafted for me, and I would prefer now she's a hippie kind of thing. It just got a little too cookie cutter for me. So then when I watched because like I'll say this. Now Monica, I think she was a little bit more
hood.
Giving a little bit more of this is what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think more real. And I think and it's not as if if anybody thought I'm living in Mitchellville, baby. So this is that Brandy was the norm for me. And it was still very much so. It's just something there that I don't mesh with very well. So I watched Moesha, but I watched it because I like Kim and I like Niecy. Niecy was a little touching the brain sometimes. Yes. And then Hakeem, I thought she would did Hakeem wrong a lot of the times. And I'm like, you pressed over, and then you like Kim over here really wants you. Like you play games about it. Yeah.
So that was what I've been watching this week. I also like to watch other podcasts. So I'm on YouTube a lot. I don't know the name of this podcast, but it's the guy that be outside. I don't know if y'all know him. He's black guy, and he always interview people.
Is it the one with the braids? No, but he's always in.
What is his? I don't even know the name of it. But he had Tyler Pratt on here this time. And
Scott Evans.
Yes,
I love him.
Yes. So I sit and watch him.
We related. I gotta figure out how to.
That's your cousin.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how we related.
But yes, I watched that with Tyler Pratt, and I thought that was really good. And just to see her, like she's like real and down to earth.
Let me tell you something. I wasn't like I mean, I like Tyler Pratt, but it wasn't like I wasn't fangirling over her. Same thing with Keke Palmer.
Okay, yeah.
As they have gotten older, I said, "Oh, Kylie, you went and got you a nigga from Compton, because that's how you live in your life."
First of all, I've always liked Tyler Pratt.
I'm not saying I didn't. I just felt like
she
was cool. But then I think as she's gotten,
watch One-on-One?
I did, but it wasn't like
I loved her in that.
all of the things. But now as they've gotten older and just how they have carried themselves, it's kind of like we could be friends. Because you really don't, you're not caring about the whole Hollywood thing. I think that's my biggest thing. Like it seemed as if Brandy gave very glamour Hollywood. And I think like with Keke and Kyla Pratt, and you had, I mean, there's some other Disneys that went way that way. But I think that they've stood the test of time, and just how as
It's
most
the
of us,
authenticity.
and
is
then
what
most of
you
us
see
as
in
Black
them.
women have grown up, we still have that personality. Like, we are still very down to earth, very this, very that, and it's like, we don't have to be either or. You know, so you have these people that are like super hood, or you have these people that's super ghetto. But there's some people that are just living their lives and having a time.
Yeah.
So I think they give that.
Yes, Kyla Pratt, definitely. Like, me seeing that interview, I'm
Mhm.
like, she's cool. Like, I can hang out with her.
Mhm.
And Kiki Palmer the same way. Because I just seen her on Censored or something on it was on TV One. And I watched it. I'm like, oh, she's just really cool. Like, she just like to just hang out, just do regular stuff. So I love that about her. And this week, my car just started squeaking since y'all talking about y'all cars. My car, the brakes on it, something's going on the brakes. I said, Jesus. And I just
Where's the
hearing it
Jetsons when you need it? Let me fly around this month. I'm tired
But
of
it's
it.
also like, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
It's another. It's
I'm
7
like,
more later on.
What are we doing here? Like, I mean, been fine the whole time. First was the air sound like it was real loud. I'm like, what is that? And now the brakes. So I gotta get that fixed.
We gotta get out of here.
Yes.
Lisa ready to go home. She said, I've been sitting up here with y'all for an hour and a half.
No, y'all good. Y'all good.
Well, that was another great episode. Thank you, Niecy, for coming out and indulging us with all of your greatness. We really appreciate
I want to
it.
come back if y'all want me to have
Yes, of course. Now, the next time you come back, we just gonna be kicking it up.
Exactly.
We get to talk about all the stuff.
Yes.
So make sure you
like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Drop down in the comments.
And we'll drink today.
And if you are someone who is just want to reach out to Niecy or have some other things going on, how can they find you?
So you can find me on my email, because I'm going to give you my email. It is jbruce@mdcoalition.org. And that's if y'all need any help with, like, if it's caregivers that need help with autism, resources, workshops, support groups. I do all the things.
And then your podcast name is?
It is Niecy's Corner. It's the name of my podcast.
And how can they find you on TikTok after dark?
Okay, that's Niecy. I think it's still Niecy Corner.
Okay.
So, yes, the same thing.
Follow her, get into the business, see her, what she got going on after dark. You might see us up in there. And we going to drink to that.